What? Hello? Okay, I think we're good. That was weird. I feel like it's too dark in here. I was gonna leave the lights off, but I feel like we need lights on. If it works. At least maybe that one for now. If it gets lighter, I'll turn that one on. Or if it gets darker, but should maybe be chill. Can I turn this one on, or is this is dead, huh? I don't know. We'll leave this off. Hello. You already do the influencer thing? No, I'm not. It is not a secret stream. It's gonna be a short one though. I have some plans later. And I almost wasn't gonna stream. Today's kind of like an errand day, like doing laundry and shit. But I'm meeting up with some homies in like 3 hours or so, and I was like, I'm gonna stream for like a quick second because I said I was gonna stream this weekend, and then I was super busy all weekend. So we're here. I'm actually making something like kind of just to put on my story right now. little more. I kind of just want to clean up the animation a tad. I also don't have the doors closing, so we're gonna do that. Just some polishing, you know, maybe let it rock for... Actually, I kind of like the length of the clip. It works well in the video, but I'm gonna have these doors closed. What up? I don't know how to say your name. Sorry. Vetiver? Sorry, I'm just saying it a bunch probably now. What up? Hello, hello. What is today? Today's Monday. Kind of a weird time to stream, I'm realizing now. Maybe for people? I don't know. Hope it's not. Close enough? Okay. 8 p.m. in the UK, yeah, might be kind of a weird time. What up? I don't know if you saw, by the way, but in the newer Blender updates, they added keyframe snapping on the timeline. Kinda surprised it took them so long. What does that mean? Like, keyframe snapping on the timeline? I'm not sure if I'm familiar with what that even means. It jumps onto them. I guess it is pretty, but like I do this, I think, right? I don't know how I grab my keyframes. I don't think I'm ever, You've kind of just arose this like weird thing in my mind that I'm like not realizing if I think I do that a lot. Cool though. What up? What up? Hello, everybody. This is songs, my Shazam couldn't pick it up. This is all Hajime Yoshizawa. Hajime? The track that was just playing was called Music in the Sky. Hajime. Alec always has mysterious bangers. I don't know about all that. I think just I didn't make the music, you know. But I appreciate the compliment. I'd just be listening to cracked out Japanese fools from like the early 2000s that were just spazzing, making music. Before I was even alive type shit, which is crazy. Just noticed the expression matches the bag too. It low-key does, huh? I don't think I intentionally did that, but they really do be having the same face, which is funny. Happy coincidence. How the fuck did that look so? Currently blending alongside you? Hell yeah. Ooh. Expect no less from Alec Bodega, yeah. Exactly. Oh my god. I put my hair up, but now my neck is all cold. I'm like, damn. I low-key want to put my hair back down. I was like, my hair's in the way today. I don't feel like having it in my face. And then I literally, my neck feels cold. That's crazy. What up? Infinity? Infinity? How you say your name? Sorry, I'm so bad with pronouncing people's usernames. Been using Blender 4.5's implemented keyframe snapping for tedious stuff like this. Okay, somebody was just talking about this. What? I'm gonna have to look into this, I guess, but 4.5 sounds egregious to update to right now. I have no interest in doing that. I'm on 4.0. Anytime I update Blender, it's like rare, and it's kind of like that's the version of Blender I'm gonna use for a while type shit. Vixinity? Vixinity? C-ninity? C-nitty? Low-key, like, you typing it like that confuses me more, low-key. I'm really stupid, unfortunately. You were on 3.5 and now you're on 4.5. Wow. I just, like, I don't know. I get so frustrated having to update because, like, I feel like I have to, like, really readjust everything. Because, like, there's weird shit that, like, I probably have changed and forgotten about. And then when I re-update, I have to, like, start doing them. And, like, you know, there's certain add-ons that are easy and, like, yeah, oh, like, I need, like, dynamic parent or some shit and I can add it in pretty quickly. And then there's other shit that just, like, I'll never remember, but, like, be struggling with forever, you know? which is just so fried. But that's cool that they're adding shit. I'm gonna stay on 4.0 for probably like another year though. I was on, before 4.0, I was on 3.5 I think as well, or something. Maybe 3.8 or something, around when they first added real-time compositing. And I was on that for a long fucking time. Like a long time. So to be on 4.0 is a big deal for me right now. Also, I've been getting better at modeling. Thanks for replying that day. I've been on the grind since those last 2 weeks. Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Love to hear that. What up, Sylvie? Oh my god. Have I messed around with the stepped interpolation F modifier at all? No. I recognize like all those words in isolation, but saying them in a string like that, I'm like not sure what you're talking about. Stepped interpolation F modifier. I guess I don't know what the F modifier is. Is it something in the timeline or graph editor? No. F modifier. Like F-curve stuff, like these? I've used these before. I've never used stepped interpolation, but I do use noise. What does stepped interpolation do? Add F modifier to active stat value to nearest grid for a stop motion look. Actually. Yeah, let's do it with I don't know, all this. I can't even do that. Yeah, I feel like that's not something I need. Sounds like something you use on a linear thing. I was making an electric pole today. Instead, I just can't figure out how to add wires to it. Model some wires. What do you mean? I mean, if it's what I'm thinking it is, there's a handful of different ways to do this. Like, I don't know, like, you could animate and have interpolation on all your frames and be, like, in linear or something, and, like, have it animate, right? Like a normal. Oh, God, this... I hate how this looks. This looks like AI, like, this literally looks like if, like, AI generated shit. I do not like that, but say you animate with, like, interpolation on, you can go to, like, here, and I think it's in pose, animation, bake action, and you can bake it down to do a frame step so that it has, essentially, then back to constants, kind of. Oh, it's still so weird. Oh my god, I don't like that. It looks a little better on Bezier, but oh my god. I'm like kind of impressed how smooth the walk looks, but it's like a little, it's like still kind of uncanny as fuck. I'm impressed with myself as in like I feel like I can tell that I like am getting better because this looks a lot better than what it would used to look like if I, you know, keyframed the constants and switched to like Bezier. So that's like cool, but like it's still so fucking like bizarre and like uncanny. Oh my god. I'm freaked out. That is crazy. I've just never been a fan of interpolating my shit personally. I really like choppy. I hate the word choppy, but I just said it. I don't know. I just like animating on 4s and 2s. I prefer a snappier movement. I think for me a big part of it is that like I am a 3D animator, but I like everything that I aspire to do is like 2D animation in a 3D medium. So like of course I'm gonna like no interpolation because there's no such thing in 2D. What up, Mr. Pup? I don't know if I already said hi to you, but hi. Thanks for hopping by. Hopping in? Stopping by? Hopping by? I can't speak. I'm not clowning, it's just so funny to me that people are recommending this and it's not part of your process. I don't like it either. I mean, yeah, I don't have the most, I'm not the most open about shit, so I don't know. I understand why people would probably have some like random ass other way of doing it. It does crack me up though, because I was in the same exact position when I was like new at Blender. How fucking like fried shit is when you're like a new animator or 3D Blender user. Like you just do the stupidest fucking shit, and like there's nothing to avoid that happening because you're just like gonna not know how to use the software, and you're gonna be like accidentally doing things that just fry your workflow. I think a big one that like everybody does, or like a lot of people will do when starting out, is like rendering weird and like adding shit that like probably shouldn't be there, that like just like bloats render times. Like I used to like, when I very first started, was like for some reason using cycles. I was trying to do shit like this, but I was using cycles, and I just remember like my renders taking so long for no fucking reason, and then they just looked like shit, you know? So I don't know, it's funny. I started with 2D animation, so I get it. Yeah, no, it's the vibe. What up, Tara? I just saw your jack-o'-lantern sword animation yesterday and was like, thanks. I really like that animation, honestly. It was a fun one. I'm glad you like that, because I also really like that one. Oh, little hair pieces now. And then I'm basically done with this shot. Understanding rendering pipeline is essential. I think maybe not like to an extent, yeah. Like I think it depends on like how deep you want to get, but I do think that like being efficient to an extent matters, you know? I think that like the upside of a style like this, and what probably I assume a lot of you guys are also into, like a lower poly style, is that it's relatively low on the kind of like computing power in terms of like demand, which means that like you don't have to be as like careful about like what you do, because like you're hopefully most likely using texture sizes under 1080p, and you're, you know, rendering in Eevee, which is like a super light engine, and you're like hopefully not using outrageous amounts of light sources or, you know, insane amounts of ambient occlusion and like shit that like bloats your render times. And thankfully that means it's pretty forgiving when you're doing a bunch of random shit, but like, yeah, in cycles, it's like you gotta be careful, because you just add shit and it will like fuck it up insane. Like you accidentally put two, like you could render in cycles and you might have like a low render time or something, but like, you know, people fuck up and like don't realize that you don't need 5,000 samples, which I think is like the default in cycles for some fucking stupid reason. And like if you're animating something, like maybe if you're rendering one thing and it's a still, like yeah, like 5,000 samples is like maybe overkill, but fine. But like realistically, if you're animating something in cycles, you can bump that shit way the fuck down. And it's, I think, default, if I'm not mistaken. I'm kind of curious now. I think by default in cycles. It just crashing Blender for me is so fried. Oh my god. Where the fuck? What even just happened? I just straight up lost my shit. That's so annoying. Sorry if my table banging was loud, but that fried me. I wouldn't just lose too much anime. I probably didn't lose any damage. Hold on, let's see. By default, in the render, your sample rate is 4,000. Like, that's egregious. Like, you don't need that. Like, you can get away with so much less. And I think that's just so funny. Cycle Sonata. It looks like pretty much the same. Samples, and then let's see with the pixel. Like, it's not that different, you know? Okay, now let's render. I don't think I'll be able to do a side by side, actually, will I? Oh no, I will. Look how similar they look. I mean, not actually, but you know, like, kinda. So much more, like, accurate ambient occlusion in here, which is nice looking, I guess, but... What is this? Oh, that's the lip of the table? Oh, there's a box in there. I was like, what am I looking at right here? Like, her face barely changes. Eevee's a little more defined, which I like. More crisp. That's the thing, I've been rendering at such a low pixel, or with such a high pixel thing on right now, that like, it just like muddies out the details too much to be having all that. I do need this to be like solidified, right? Yeah, give or take, I guess. What up, Abdul? I made it to the stream? Hi Alec, how do you make the render shading viewer look closer to the final render? When I'm working it looks more pixelated than the viewer? I don't know actually. That might be a display ratio thing. Like that might have to do with like your actual monitor aspect ratio in Blender, because I'm on a 4K monitor. Like you see how I'm like, the more I scroll out, the more pixelated it gets for zoomed in. That's like all like computer aspect ratio shit. So it's the same thing if I like, you know, kind of have my tabs different. I'm on a 4K monitor, but if I swap it to my 1080p monitor, it's fucking super pixelated. So that might be probably why. You see this stop motion add-on? I don't know if it would help you. I'm not too familiar with animation stuff. Any of your fellow low poly creators use it? I don't know, it looks like they're applying it to just linear animation, which like is super not anything I use personally. Or like animation that has more, like that, it kind of just looks like the same thing that guy was talking about with like stepped interpolation modifier. It's just like basically taking whatever keyframe data there is that probably has interpolation between the frames, and then do like low key. That seems like a redundant add-on, because I was saying earlier you can do like pose with your thing selected, do pose, animation, bake action, and just like bake down the frames by a step, which I didn't look at what they were saying in the video, but they were basically just doing that, so I don't know if that, I'm sure there might be more to it, but you can do that with literally like anything that has animation data on it. So I don't know. I'm not shit talking. I just don't know what it is. Have you used AutoRig Pro before? If so, which is better, AutoRig Pro or Rigify in your opinion? I feel like I've probably at least once used AutoRig Pro. I feel like somebody gave me a download for it and I used it before, but not in any capacity to have like opinions on it. With like my workflow, I definitely really like Rigify though, so. I'm glad you noticed the new Hanat. I am secretly gonna be adding more as I go. Very cute little logo version. Thanks. It's actually just something that I made for this video. That is in here already, but I was about to start streaming. I was like, I'm gonna add this because I feel like it'd be fun to kind of just clutter them with the goal of literally being like a shit ton of them would be fun. I need 7 more to go, yeah, literally. You have so many files. How do you stay organized? I don't know. Like, I'd like to think I'm relatively organized as is already, but or like at least organized for myself. You know, I don't know. Like, all my stuff is in a folder called assets, and then all my textures are here, and then I like kind of have different ones for different things. But this is all just one project. So you know, when I have like other projects, I'll put stuff in there, and then kind of like have it all stored properly, you know? Like for the Eden stuff, like I had everything separate here. But the Eden stuff, I reused a lot of my textures at that point, so I guess I kind of come back to this. Yeah. But project files and shots, I definitely stay away from mixing and matching, because that would be super fucking pro. See, I'm always scared to accidentally lose a blend file somewhere. Yeah, no. Blend files, I'm like super locked in on making sure I always like save them. Pretty well named usually within my project files, if I can remember. And then yeah, wherever I store them best. Echo. What is this sweet melody? This should still be Hajima. Hajima? Hajima is, I feel like, way too Western. But Hajime Yoshizawa. Yoshizawa. Hajime Yoshizawa. I never quite say his name right yet. Same guy that we've been listening to. Excuse me. Oh my god. I'm sorry if I keep hitting my mic. This track specifically is called Fin de Varo? Some Italian shit, maybe? Italian name, at least. Which part of the process is your favorite? Animation. I mean, if you're talking the whole 3D pipeline, 1000% every day of the week animation. I hate, like, everything else. Hate's maybe a strong word, but I'm like super not a fan of like, I don't know, doing any of this other shit. It's like tedious and like not. I do all of it because I like animation so much. I do it all with the goal of then being able to finally animate. Yeah. I don't hate it, I don't know, that sounds so whack to say that. I promise I actually like what I'm doing, I just prefer to animate. I'm spending way too much effort into making this environment look a little nicer than I don't know why. Like the tiniest detail of making this tile go up, and I'm like, yeah, let me do that real quick. Animation is quite foo to do, huh? Fun. Food to do is crazy. Foo? I was like, what the fuck are you saying to me right now? Foo. That's funny as fuck. Oh, do I need like... I'm trying to make it more popsicle. Maybe. This ain't really looking too hot. So at least. I don't know. I just leave it alone. It's like kind of a vibe, but it was also just can't quite. This is probably fine. Do this and then looks a little bit better this way. I do like this. slightly more popsicle-esque. Oh my god, why is it just in her fucking hand? Render. What reading materials would you suggest for animation in general in terms of the process, approach, technique? I mean, I'm not like, I don't know. I think that like, there's plenty of like really good books. Like I have the Animator Survival Kit, this book that like people fucking love. I'm not gonna knock over a bunch of shit, but this book is like. This is kind of like the book that everybody talks about, and like I do recommend maybe buying this if you haven't. But I also like personally have learned like the majority of my animation from like just animating, which might not be the best advice. I feel like there's definitely principles I've heard about online and shit. And I feel like this book probably will cover most of that, like in terms of what you would want to know. Like there's like, I think obviously the 12 steps, which is what like everybody fucking talks about, and I think is like a valid one, or the 12 principles of animation, and if you don't know what that is, you should probably know what that is. The book is a guide, but the more you do it, the better you get. Yeah, I think that like, really important shit that helped me, I feel like, obviously the 12 principles, but I think that, I forget where I heard about it, but like, posing is everything, right? Like, learning and understanding posing, and kind of like being able to channel that is really important. I think that like the thing that is kind of, reference, I'm never gonna knock reference. I think reference is so important, but I rarely use reference, which isn't a good or a bad thing, but I feel like it's because I can so personally clearly visualize certain movements or poses and actions. Like if you ask me to like visualize a flip, I can think about like every frame that like is important to like picture for a flip. And like that's just because you see that shit. You see all types of stuff in real life. You see it in movies, you see it in film, you see it in TV, you see it in real life. And I feel like strengthening that and like strengthening your like understanding of movement and bodies in a 3D space will help with animation, assuming you're asking about character animation. I assume you are. Like that kind of stuff is important, and I think that a book like this probably tangibly describes that kind of approach a little bit better. And like we'll talk about how to like strengthen that, but yeah, I don't know. A lot of good stuff in here. Big cool book. The book teaches you 2D concepts, but it doesn't break down stylistic choices. Yeah, I feel like this is super core stuff, like fundamentals. But again, like I think it still is applicable. Personally, I would say so. Even though I haven't really like read through this book that much. It's not that hard. You just read the 12 principles, you'll get 70% of the part done there. I agree. I think that like the 12 principles, there's a reason that like everybody in the animation world talks about it or references it. The 12 principles is like the fundamentals of animation. It's the guiding light. There. Oh, you're talking about something else. There's a video of a masterclass of the book explained by Richard Williams. If you're lazy to read the book. Oh no, you're talking about the book. Okay. There's a low poly book like that I've been searching for. Really? I feel like there's not much that is actually in way of like a stylized documentation for this style. There's plenty of stuff that maybe talks about like making stuff from a time when this was literally the like only thing you could make because of the limitations, right? Like documenting older video games and whatnot, but like I don't think there's any modern stuff that maybe we'll talk about it too much. Personally, I don't know. And stylization, what was your process? There isn't one. I don't know. That one's too abstract. I think anytime anyone asks me like about my style, I try and tend to like say the same thing, where it's like I was also in a position where I was trying mediums prior to this and not like having direction, or was struggling with direction and stylization. And once I got into 3D, it was the only medium where before I got into it, I had an idea of what I wanted to do, and like I like why I wanted to do that, I can't tell you. Like that's an intangible thing, but I did, and like I progressed through this medium with the motivation of like a goal that I had in mind. So my advice to you is like think about what you like and what you want to make and what you need to make that happen. And whatever medium that may be, you'll probably more naturally want to develop in, because you'll have a more tangible end goal to like actually want to work towards, right? Like that's important. I feel like especially if you are really into 3D, like having like, or like if you're wanting to get into 3D, I feel like you need external motivators, or I guess the word would be internal motivators, that help drive you to continue learning this software, because it's tedious and time consuming, and not having a clear sense of direction might make that really hard. to define your vision for sure. You also have to be really good at observing to get better at animation. Yeah. I think that that's like a huge thing. It's like, and people say the same thing with like 2D illustration. There's like really awesome dudes that are just phenomenal at drawing, and it's kind of just like reinforcing in your mind like a visual library of poses, like, and if that means drawing that same pose first a million times from reference to like become like core and fundamental in your brain, then so be it, right? Like whatever helps you reinforce that in your mind. But like, and that's where reference is so beautiful, because at least with 3D animation, it's very easy to like side by side compare and have these actions and replicate them easily in a 3D medium. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with using reference. I want to make that clear. I just, for whatever reason, don't really use it right now. But I do think reference is an important thing, especially when you're doing more polished like animation on ones and shit, like, or very realistic human animation. I'm purposefully trying to mimic 2D traditional animation of a certain era. I feel like a lot of what they were doing was not referenced and was a lot more zany and free-flowing. But if you're like trying to make like, you know, something akin to like fucking, I don't know, some like big Hollywood movie like Spider-Verse, they're using reference like crazy and then stylizing after the fact. And even that's not like super stylized animation in terms of like, I feel like they, I don't know, it is pretty stylized, but I also think they tend to have a very realistic character movement, you know? And they're only doing that because they're literally like filming the whole movie essentially in real life with real actors first to get perspective and framing and posing done. And then they copy that, you know? Do I need to know 2D well? Not really. I don't think so. It's not like I have like some insane knowledge of like 2D art or traditional art on like a 2D medium. Like I've done stuff. I don't like, what is your level at right now? Like I feel like I have no idea of like where you're at, so it's hard to say like what you need, you know? Like, have you ever opened Blender? Have you know, like, ever animated? Have you ever done any of this? Because like, depending on where you're at, like, you know, you might need a entirely different kind of like a thing to focus on, maybe. Sony/Spider Roto the animation for the timing, and then they emphasize it for style. I didn't know. That's interesting if they do kind of like Roto it. I mean, like, I've seen like reference that they use, but I feel like reference is like a great idea, honestly. It's something that I should probably do more often. Worked on projects that required reference for every character dialogue. I believe it. I feel like more character-focused animation, especially with dialogue, I understand why they want reference. Because they want nuance and, like, micro movements, like shoulders, and, like, you know, how you might kind of, like, lean and, like, emphasize a word or some shit, or, like, kind of, like, be like, ugh, you know, like, that kind of, like, more nuanced shit. Like, I totally get that. I feel like I'm super, like, not personally doing that too much right now, but I totally, like, I feel like a scene like this, like, how much reference do you really need for like exaggerated like pulling something out of a bag? But like if I had dialogue in a scene and I'm doing like, you know, like quarter up shots of like a character from the shoulder up, and it's like literally just them talking and like having an interaction, I would then probably film reference, because like how the fuck am I gonna like know that like I really want, I mean like you could maybe kind of freehand it, but I get where that's where reference is like way more helpful and like a lot harder to just kind of like freeball that. Are you a fan of Pink Panthers? Yeah, I fuck with Pink Panthers. My name is Pink and it's really nice to meet you. Sorry if you already answered this, but do you currently take, or do you take clients currently? Yeah, I take clients. Be doing work. Be working. Someone put her over early 2000s phone ringtones or banger. Is the rat or the mouse emoji supposed to be what my voice sounded like? Sorry if that was outrageous. I don't know. Was that like... Yeah, did I not sound like Pink Panthers? I feel like that was like really accurate. Want me to link? Nah, I'm okay. Did anyone peep that new reptile post on Insta? Reptiles posting again? That's good. I've animated in Blender and doing short courses on the whole 3D pipeline. 2D wise, I know gestures, ratios, using heads, but only have XP for like a month fully dedicated to 2D. It's almost 2 years in Blender. I feel like I know enough to animate. It's just the identity part and stylization. Well, so you're saying that like you feel like you have decent skills in Blender, but then like have you made personal projects? Like I feel like I still need more context. Like, what's going on? Like, where do you feel like you're being limited, and what it is that like you're trying to do that's being limited? Are you trying to make like a short film or something, and like you're feeling like you don't have any like creative direction, or do you feel like you don't have the technique to do so? Because I feel like if you haven't made or finalized a project, just do that. Like, don't worry too much about like whether or not it's like this style that you have to live and die by. Like, if you need to kind of like lean onto a style that already exists, like do so. Like, obviously, like try and like do something unique with it, put your own spin on it. But like, sounds like you just maybe need to like make a project and see it through, and like then ask yourself like, okay, how do I feel about that? What do I like? What do I not like? What did I do good? What did I not do good? Like, sounds like you probably just need to make some shit. Song is so gas. Oh my God. I'm running the song back, sorry. The song is so good. It's just silent start though, that's funny. Is this scene part of the short film that starts with Dex skateboarding? No, this is a different project. This is a shorter project that I'm trying to do because I've had this idea for a while, and I kind of just wanted to like burn through a little project to like put out, because I've been so gone in terms of like posting anything like full online. So this is a baby project, allegedly, according to myself. I can play the whole thing for you guys, maybe. Link to song. This is still Hajime. This is Hajime Yoshizawa, The Room. This dude is the GOAT, bro. I'm telling you. Gundam building stream? I haven't built Gundam in so long. I'm such a poser. I have all these kits right here and I just like don't make them. Most of these right here I have made. That, if I don't think you can see it, there's a high grade one, the yellow one at the very bottom of the screen. I haven't made that kit yet. And then there's like more kits below it that I've not touched. I'm kind of a fucking poser. Been a minute since I built a kit. Trillionaire POV? Okay, relax. No, more like financially irresponsible idiot POV. Dude who buys kits and then doesn't build them because he's fucking stupid. Ooh, ADHD moment? Yeah, unfortunately. To be fair, I've learned from my poor habits of not finishing them. Like, I haven't bought a kit in probably like 2 years. Like, these literally have been collecting like dust for 2 years probably. Maybe a year. Maybe not 2 years, like a year. I think this last kit I bought maybe almost a whole year ago. I just kind of like fell off of Gundam. The last kit I built completely was this one above it, which I really like this character, and I built that kit pretty quickly. But I don't know, I bought this Gundam one because I really fuck with it, but like I just have I'm like a little uninterested in Gundam right now. I've kind of leaned more into just like, I don't even know what. I've definitely slowed down on toys in general. My figure spending has significantly slowed down after I went to Japan. I basically like exerted and got everything that I needed ever, basically. And now I just like, I'll buy shit here and there, but like I've slowed down. Really fleshed out my collection. There's definitely still shit I would love to buy, but no. How long ago were you in Japan? Like 2 years ago? Which is insane that it's already been that long. But yeah, that was was that really 2 years ago? That sounds right, but that's crazy. Wait, was that 2 years ago? What the fuck? What was that was 2 years ago, but I'm trying to think like what I'm trying to think what I did then last summer that wasn't Japan. No, I guess that makes sense because I went to Japan and then I went to Berlin at the beginning of that next year, and then over that summer I didn't travel, and that was summers ago. Yeah, wow. What did I do last summer? Right. Okay, I'm getting it. It's the 18th of August. What next? The 19th? I mean, literally though. We must protect the childlike joy in the world that seeks to destroy it. I mean, facts. POV, we witnessed a trillionaire crisis. Okay. Why am I getting a trillionaire reputation for? What the fuck? I am a horribly financially irresponsible person who buys toys with little to no money that they actually have. So like, I'm no trillionaire. I'm probably a slightly autistic idiot that just happens to have the tiniest amount of money to spend. It's crazy that I'm getting a trillionaire allegation. What the fuck? Yeah, that's crazy. Who started this? Alright. I'm banning the next person to call me a trillionaire. I'm gonna act like a trillionaire. And I'm gonna use my trillionaire powers to start banning people. If you have tiniest money, then we might be on the road. What? Multi-billionaire? Alright. Now we're talking. Multi-billionaire, mega millionaire, I can deal with. Trillionaire is egregious. We don't even have a real trillionaire. I'm hopping into Blender and I need to put some bones in my model. Wish me luck. Good luck. I knew you were Kai Cenat. Yo, did you guys see that Kai Cenat's getting a Fortnite skin? And it's getting revealed tonight. I'm actually, like, fingers crossed. I hope it's good. And I know that sounds so cringe coming from someone who's literally a 27-year-old, but, like, hear me out. Fortnite, I love Fortnite, and I like a lot of their skins, but Fortnite never makes just, like, good outfit skins. Like, a calm-ass real-world fit. Like, you never just see, like, a skin with, like, a good pair of, like, cargo pants or, like, cool jeans and maybe a nice pair of shoes and, like, a plain t-shirt. They've done it, like, a handful of times. There's close a skin with Bruno Mars that kind of looks like that. And then there's, like, the skin that I rock a lot is the All Might skin from My Hero Academia, where he's, not super strong and he's all, like, depleted because he's in a white t-shirt and green cargo pants, and they're fire looking, and there's not a lot of skins like that. So my hope is that Kai Cenat, being that he's a real person, will just have, like, a plain ass outfit that's not, like, egregious and, like, kind of cool. I'm fucking fried. I'm sorry, I just went off for no fucking reason about Fortnite skins. Unsolicited rant about how much I want certain Fortnite skins. I'm sorry. I'm fried. How many victory royales this week? I haven't played Fortnite in, like, a minute. I've low-key been, like, touching grass. It's, like, the end of summer, and I feel like I always go out a lot more around this time, because I, like, subconsciously know what is, like, on the cusp of happening. So I've not been playing a lot of video games. I've also been streaming. All my fucking free time I've been, like, trying to blend and, like, stream and, like, do this project, so... Low-key, it's, like, the most outside I've been recently, but... Give it, like, a month, and then I'm gonna be playing Fortnite, like, every goddamn day. You get depressed in summer? I can't even remotely begin to understand that. I'm the polar opposite. I fucking, like, I lose my shit in the wintertime. I romanticize summer day in, day out. I fucking live for this shit. Like, that's crazy. I genuinely find that so fascinating. I don't even get that. I'm made for cold countries, I think. Ugh. Like, growing up on the East Coast in America my whole life, I'm used to the seasons, and I love and need the seasons in my life. I need the balance. I need the cold weather so that I can love the warm weather that much more. Like, I can't be out in California on the West Coast where it's hot all fucking year. That's weird to me. But I cannot, for the life of me, fathom living in winter or in a cold state for the overwhelming amount of my time. That is fried. New York winters are already bad enough, you know. I get summers off from work, so I just rot for 3 months. That's cool that your work gives you summer breaks. Are you like working in a school or something? I don't mean to get too personal with it, but I don't know. What is your dream? Might need more context for that question. What is your dream? College job, yeah? Facts. You prefer the night or day? Definitely day. I am a sun out. I am a sun out and nice warm temperature. Obviously, I don't want it to be like scorching hot. But like early summer, there's a time in New York where winter has been horrific. You're going through winter, you're deep into January, February, March, and it's horrible. You're like 3.5 months into just piss awful weather. The sun is setting at 4:45 in the afternoon, and depression is at an all-time high. And then you're coming into the first few like days of spring where you'll have this one day where the weather goes from like 45 to like 58 in like clear sunny skies, maybe mid to high 60s, and everyone in New York ever collectively has the best day ever. And there's like 5 of these days that happen at the beginning of the year here in New York, and it is like an unreal shared experience where like everybody goes outside again. Everybody puts on shorts and t-shirts, even though it's like not actually that nice out. It's just that much better than what it's been. And like the vibes are unreal. And like that next month or so is amazing. Like it's like not too hot. The sun's out. You get like cool days where it like rains and it's like cool and like summer feeling. But like, bro, that shit is unreal. That is like peak daytime type shit for me. And then I romanticize a hot-ass, miserable summer day. Like, I do love that, like, for sure. Like, a long summer day where, like, it gets kind of cool in the nighttime is such a fucking vibe. But, like, sounds blissful, it is. We are opposites. It's interesting being in winter, everyone around me is depressed, but I'm beaming. That is insane. I fuck with the cold, but, like, it's more, like, my body genuinely, like, naturally, like, it is, like, the fucking seasonal affective disorder shit where, like, I'm actually, like, losing vitamin D or, like, whatever the fuck I need to, like, maintain, like, proper levels of whatever the fuck chemical balances are going on, right? Like, it just naturally happens. Because when it gets cold in, like, a month or 2 or in 3 months, like, I'm gonna enjoy it at first. But, like, by, like, January, late January, it's over for me. I'm, like, mentally, like, shot. What is the holy grail of your artistic evolution? Like, to work on something that ends up in a certain place or a platform, like TV, movies, games, etc.? I think, like, I would love... I mean, like, I think that my goals are, I don't know, like, I think a big, cool thing would be to, like, I think I already realistically have achieved a pretty crazy goal that, like, I can't even really fathom, and which, like, my end goal is to, like, have something that inspires people to then do their own shit and want to make stuff. And I think that's already happened. I already have people DM me and tell me, like, how much I've inspired them to, like, go on and, like, make their own shit. So, like, low-key, it's already done, and anything further would just be that, like, on a larger scale. So, like, obviously, I think for myself as an artist, I want, like, a stronger body of work right now. Like, I'm glad that people resonate with what I make and do shit because I make stuff. They want to then make stuff. Like, that's awesome. But I think that, like, for myself, I would want to just, like, expand on that and have like not just a bunch of shit on Instagram or a bunch of shit on Twitter that's like cool and fun to look at, but like an actual like piece of work that like kind of I can like look back on and be like, yeah, like that was like a project. And like I don't think maybe a movie, but like something akin to like a short series would be pretty cool, you know. Sorry, I have no things like that where you can like click and I'm just gonna be this I have no things where you can do like exclamation point Twitter. Like I'm just straight up like I don't know. I have none of the fancy Twitch stuff going on, sorry. My Twitter, if you are curious, so it's like, it's Alec Westworld, I'm pretty sure. Work with indies always has contract positions for indie game artists if you ever want to look into that. That's cool. I would love to work on a game at some point, but like, that's not, I don't know. It'd be cool to do game animations for games. That'd be fire. A quote-unquote old web app with some 3D integration. That's cool. Kind of stopped working. Oh, I'm gonna play the whole video, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna play the whole video for those who haven't seen it, I guess. Why does the audio do this? Yo, DaVinci. It's my least favorite part of DaVinci. There will be audio at some point in there, in some capacity. I don't know. I gotta figure out what song I'm gonna use, and then I just need to animate the fight stuff. I think now I'm gonna do the next shot here, which will be a bit of a like reaction shot, and then it's just gonna be like less cut, less fancy framed fighting shit. Or that's what it will be, is less cut, less framed. But I'm gonna have like one shot I think would be kind of cool in theory that I want to try out, where it's like basically like comic book panel style, like frame, like a reaction of each individual, and then like them fighting. And I kind of want this like idea of like maybe on the left is gonna be the glasses guy because he's still in there, and the middle is gonna be Hinata, and then on the right it's gonna be the kid with the bat, and all of them kind of having reactions, and that kind of works literally because that's how they are literally laid out in the 3D scene, but just also kind of cool. And then the shot's gonna pan with like the guy on the left kind of running and his frame getting bigger and like the fighting starting there. Sorry if that doesn't make sense to you. It makes sense to me. I don't know. I'm like, these are my thoughts and I'm sharing them. I'm gonna watch this one more time for the sake of watching it for myself, just to kind of feel it out. Sorry. I add one small detail to, or at the end here maybe, have her reaction be a little more like something. It's 3 a.m. there. Yeah, you need to go to bed. Thanks for hanging out though. So you were asking if I texture paint everything or like use some normal Blender materials too? Yeah, I use normal Blender materials. It just depends. Some shit is just straight up solid colors though. Windows icon top right? What? This? Flower thing? Little bit, right?
Do you mind if I what you want to say right now to the boogie land? Come on now, come with me.
Oh. Okay.
Grab your lover to the ground. Nah, you ain't kidding me, right? No way. Come on, give
Kind of just want to give her a mouth, maybe. kind of cute actually, just kind of focused. I like that. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. I don't have a face in this one. I low-key might give her the same mouth if she doesn't. Yeah, she has no mouth here. Nada needs a mouth more often, bro. Sometimes it looks good. Like I feel like here, I might give it a mouth too. I feel like she needs a mouth more often than not in some of these shots. Like I think it's fine when she doesn't, but I kind of like her a lot with a little bit of a mouth. Like here, I think it's, I don't know, maybe I'll give it. Yeah, it's like she doesn't need a mouth all the time. I just think that like the mouth really can in certain shots add a lot of good expression, which I need. I need her to be expressive at times. Like here, I really feel like it helps kind of like make her have any more actual emotion than just nothing, you know? I do feel like here she kind of needs this. Needs a bit of a face as well. In a later video, I will delve into her newer job. Hungies. Oh my god. Anyone else hungry? Does that come from experience? Low key, actually, you said that and I was like, nah. And then I'm like, wait, I literally worked at a pizza place, so I guess so. Damn, I'm really just like channeling myself. That's fucked up. I literally did not. That was not the conscious connection, but. How long does it take you from idea to model to final post on Instagram? I don't know. It's a big question, sir. Or person. I don't know who you may be, but that's a bit of a big question. There's plenty of variables. Sometimes I have an idea and I poop it out in 2 seconds. I don't know, like 10 minutes, maybe an hour. Sometimes I take years because they're the cumulative effort of time to make. I don't know, you know, it's a long time. There's not a definitive, easy answer to that question. That's so interesting. I'm still using empties for face rigs. What do you mean? So much better. This is so nice. Big fan of your animations for a door and art style. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks for hopping in and saying what's up. New to channel, I like your art style. Very cool. Reminds me of games I played in my childhood. Good job. Thanks. That is definitely partially the goal. It's very reminiscent of probably the same games that I grew up on as well. So yeah, I'm glad you like it. Thanks for hopping in. Saying what's up. We had 2 first-time chatters back to back like that. That was cool. You guys came in late, but cool that you came in at all. Appreciate it. I know it's a random ass Monday. I know most normal people probably have responsibilities that require not sitting here watching me stream, so I totally respect that. And I've been able to hang out earlier. It's totally cool. Some people were in here late as fuck though. That one chatter was saying that they were here till it was 3 a.m. their time. Oh, for some reason this face didn't. Well, hold on. We'll take a look at the render. It's a little weird. The pixel node was not quite working. Jesus. The pixel node was working too much? Maybe not. It's like blurry. I might just switch it to closest to not have the blur. Why not, I guess. Probably alleviate what I'm dealing with right now. I'm hyped. I'm hyped that it turned out how I wanted it to. I was wondering how it would look, but it's coming good. It's awesome. Or the plus icons are kind of just like things. Like a visual motif or some shit. I don't know. Is that what they call it? You monetize your Instagram or you keep Patreon for this? I'm an artist too, just curious if it's possible to sustain myself with just Instagram work. I mean, like, I'm sure there are people out there that, like, strictly just somehow make money off of, like, posting on Instagram, but, I do freelance work for people. So they pay me to do animation for them, whether it's, like, all types of shit. I've done poster designs to full-blown 3-minute plus long music videos, for album rollouts, all types of stuff. I do a lot of music stuff, usually. And then Patreon obviously, like, helps, but it is not something that I can just live off of by itself. How does one even make cash from posting on IG? Like, sponsored posts, technically, you know? I don't know. Like, there's plenty of people that probably get paid, like, decent money if they're, like, well, you can't only do Instagram, though. That's the thing. I feel like you can make money by posting on Instagram. Like, if somebody were to be like, hey, like, you're a really cool artist that we fuck with. Like, we actually like you so much that not only do we want to, like, partner with you, we'd, like, ask for you to do a sponsored post to, like, promote some shit for them. And then, you know, they give you guap to just post on Instagram. Any examples of client work? Most recently, I did a music video for an artist called Eden. I did a music video for an artist named Not2. Previously, before that, I do all the creative direction for, not creative direction, but, like, creative visuals for the group Adore. Or Who Do You Adore? It might be their full name online. Lots of shit, lots of stuff. What platform you prefer for freelance, or is it direct inquiries from DMs? It's just, like, all over the place. I don't know. I just post a lot online, and then I'm fortunate enough that people reach out to me to pay me to do work. I don't really, like, advertise too much anything, because I don't personally think advertising would change anything. Like, I could post on my story every day that I take commissions or some shit, but, like, I don't think that would magically make anyone, like, reach out and pay me, you know? I mean, maybe somebody would be like, oh, that's cool, I didn't know they wouldn't do it, but, like, I think most of the people, at least the gigs that I've gotten, if they wanted to pay me and hire me for work, they'd reach out on their own will, which, you know, they did, because then I worked with them. So I don't really tend to promote it too much anywhere, because I've just been very fortunate to have, like, enough exposure organically. I don't think it's sustainable by any stretch the way that I do it. I think I'm just fortunate right now. Definitely has its dry spells where, you know, for months I might not get up, and then there's months where I'm booked all day, every day type shit. Then it's very random. Let me use a bathroom very quickly, and I'll be back. I'll let this play while I watch this loop over and over again. Oh, okay. I low-key actually might call it there. I feel like we just did a lot of polishing. Like I polished up this shot, kind of finished the environment for it, and cleaned up the animation, and then we just kind of went back and like tweaked up her expressions and shit. But I think I'm gonna bounce. I could maybe stream a little bit longer, but I might actually bounce now because I really only could maybe stream for like another 20. So I'm gonna keep it short or quick, I guess. I mentioned that it was gonna be a quick stream, so. Yeah. I might try and do a bigger, longer stream on Wednesday though. Wednesday's the goal. I was gonna almost just wait till Wednesday, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna do it today. So we're here, we're streaming. But the next real one will be on Wednesday, I think. A little longer. This was good. This was fun. I appreciate everybody that stopped by and hung out for a sec. It was a quick little one. Kind of on a random time on a Monday, so I appreciate you guys spending your time with me. Hope you all have a good day, good night, good year, all that good stuff. Thanks for hanging out, and I will maybe see you guys Wednesday. That's the goal, Wednesday.